All right. Are we going? We're going, right?
We're going, man.
All right. All right. Well, so
All right, so am I okay? Yeah, I'm up here. I'm still a cow, right?
yeah, you're still a cow, dude.
Okay, cool.
And this is the show. Welcome. Lofa, Matt McCoy joining us, the Iceman. That's the way he plays linebacker. Ice cold, no mistakes. Right?
Well, yeah, I have my own mistakes, but yes.
Yeah, Matthew Ice, a.k.a. Iceman. We had the heater on an episode or two ago.
Yeah.
Now we got the Iceman. My brother, I've known him since we were 19, going on like 20 years now. Way back. Yeah. His best friend growing up.
Young pups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His best friend growing up is Frosty Rucker. He transferred in SC, same time I transferred in. And we kicked it a lot with Iceman. He was at San Diego State. So whether he was coming up or we were going down to San Diego, he was just a dope dude that always loved talking ball. Mm-hmm. See, when I was, and I still am, I talk a lot of ball. And some people get tired of it, but not my guy here. And I think that's what really clicked for us when we were young, was that our love for football and the game.
Yeah. Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
You ever party with Lofa?
Oh, yeah, many times.
Yeah. You looking forward to partying with Lofa in Germany?
A lot of Germany is a little scary because heater's going and the whole crew's going. So usually when we get together, it's pretty dangerous combo. A lot of laughs, and the beers, they go down quick.
There's only one rule when we get together, though. Don't let each other die. And we're not going to let you die if you come with us.
Yeah, I need like a total babysitter. I have one of those Apple like tags now that I keep on myself because I'll just, I'll disappear. So
that's the only rule you guys have? Don't die?
Yeah, everything else goes, man. Ain't no party like a linebacker party because the linebacker party don't stop.
We went to New York like a couple months ago, and I had to give Lofa my Apple ID. I was like, you can't find me. You can search for me.
He goes, you can search for me. But yeah.
Wait, pause, guys.
All right, now the theme song.
Theme song?
Take 12 if you want the run uncut. Yeah, unapologetic from the jump. Yeah, and no politics in this club. Just dirt from the streets and the creeks in the mud. Take 12, best podcast for the Seahawks. #1 sports talk. Yeah, we got it on live. Take 12, every episode 12 hot takes. And we reppin' for Seattle, my place. Take 12.
All right, so Take 12 podcast. I'm Brett Davern. He's Seahawks legend Lofa Tatupu. Welcome to the show. You can follow the show on any social media at Take12Pod. You can email us, SeahawksPod@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Patreon, where there are video episodes of this podcast for you if you are a patron. It's patreon.com/Take12Pod. Shout out to our sponsor, Simply Seattle, for putting up the Lofa logo tee. It's out now, everybody. Use promo code TAKE12 for 12% off. Also, proceeds benefiting Treehouse, the local charity in Seattle working with foster kids. So it's all for a good cause. Go to shop.simplyseattle.com. Also, Lofa, big time shout out. Our brand new theme song, fully mixed, fully done. Shout out to B-Boy Fidget, local hip hop artist up there in Seattle, doing it right. I mean, nothing cooks, dude.
I see you, B-Boy Fidget. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Shout out. Thank you very much for the theme song. On today's episode, the Iceman, Matt McCoy. We've got our 12 takes as usual. I'll tell you how you can win tickets from our sponsor, Epic Seats. But let's get to our takes. Lofa, the Seahawks took on the Chicago Bears. Do you feel better, worse, or the same?
Definitely worse. I mean, usually I try to put the positive spin on this stuff, but I mean, yeah, that sound effect sums it up. I mean, concerned. Tackling still sloppy. We'll get to it later. Special teams, penalties every year. It's, it's like Groundhog Day. Bill Murray and Groundhog Day, man. Every day it's the same thing.
Just, Matt,
holdings, false starts.
how'd you feel after watching this one?
Oh, yeah. it's pretty gross right now. A lot of soul searching. I'm sure is happening this week. And yeah, it's back to the drawing board. I would imagine Pete's probably scrambling, probably making everybody all stressed, bringing guys in, looking to plug and play. She's when I was there, yeah, he would bring in like 20 new guys every Tuesday or something.
Every Tuesday.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody's looking over their shoulders. So I would imagine Pete doesn't like to lose. So especially losing Russ and whatnot, guys got to be accountable. And right now, I mean, every time I've only watched have 2 games now they played, or is it 3? Yeah, it's just people are just running the ball down their throat. Special teams are just getting their asses whooped, and it's just a lot of I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of unanswered questions out there. So
you guys are right on it. Like, I'm watching Twitter. I got my finger on the pulse of the fans, and I mean, we're down in the dumps out here now, man. I mean, I think everyone's feeling a little bit worse. I was seeing people on Twitter saying they're feeling better, but that's only because they feel like they know now that Gino's not the guy. So it's like bad times in Hawkville, especially online. But on to number 2 of our takes, because we got some breaking news, you guys. Rosters have been trimmed down to 80 players. They'll be down to 53 by the 30th. I mean, they haven't really cut anyone that I think is like a surprise or anything yet, but they got to get down to 53. I mean, who you guys look at? Some bubble things? You got some good competitions you've been watching, things like that, because these cutdowns are coming soon.
I mean, I'm worried about the depth at linebacker, and I think they brought in Kenny Young today, the 4th rounder from UCLA, for the Ravens a couple of years ago, and he played for the Rams. He's a great athlete. I remember watching his film, so I think they might be concerned about that too. Secondary, we're actually pretty deep. We haven't even seen the starters yet, so there's going to be some interesting moves we made there. And then I'm most interested in the receiver room, because we drafted 2 young guys, and then there's another one shining that we're going to talk about later in this segment. And so I think they got some interesting choices to make for that.
Yeah. Matt, anyone jumping out? Any big battle?
Honestly, I'm not really good at pick. Yeah, I like the running back. I like that. Who's the running back? Dallas.
DJ Dallas.
DJ Dallas. Yeah, the kid runs hard.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of good. It was going to be a shit show kind of going into this preseason, so I kind of just staying out of it. And I trust in Pete and what he does as a process. He's going to figure it out. So I'm just going to tune in week 1 and see what's up. Right now, you can get caught up in all the who's tackling, who's not tackling, who's making plays, who's not making plays. But at the end of the day, Pete's going to find a way to win. He's going to find the talent, the people that are going to compete, and then we'll see what happens week 1. So.
Well,
yeah.
They call you the Iceman. Sounds like you got a cooler head, but me, as the voice of the fan, I'm moving on to my next take, which is take number 3. The offense is terrible, and we're completely doomed. The season is over. Let's pack it up and go home. I'm out of here. I don't even care that it's preseason, man. I mean, we're dropping balls left and right. There's penalties all over the place. It's so ugly on offense. And, Shane Waldron, new last year, second year here. And the whole point of Gino and all of that was that he has a good handle on it. He knows the whole thing inside and out. And I mean, he was putting it on some people. There were some drop balls, but the offense, it does not look good right now, guys.
The good news is we won't be seeing some of these guys. Lockett's going to be out there. That's the only saving grace.
Good point.
Lockett's going to be out there. Metcalf, so those drops are not going to happen. I'm more worried about, is the quarterback accurate? And at least with the drops, we have that under our control that, they're at least hitting the receiver.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Brightside. Matt?
Well, yeah. And then running backs. Don't even get me started there. We got great running backs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. Matt,
I don't know.
Mr. Brightside there?
I don't know. It's an interesting year. I mean, a lot of the guys that Pete is bringing in, I mean, Pete's been winning for, 20 years now straight, right? So, a lot of these rookies are kind of 20, 21 years old. So, not only put pressure on the players, but there's a lot of pressure on Pete just to win, right? His book was win forever. So, I'm just excited to see what Pete does and how he puts this team together and motivates them to win.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, Lofa, how many losing seasons has Pete had since he got to USC in 2000, 2001?
None at SC. He had a 6-6, so he was 500 his first year, and then 02 we went to the Orange Bowl, and then Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, and he went to a BCS every year. But his last year, 09, he went to the Emerald Bowl. That was still a 9-4 season that a lot of people would kill for. And then
I didn't go to one bowl game in college. It was
you guys had a lot of talent at that stage.
A lot of talent, but we couldn't put pieces together. So, but yeah. But even in the pros, though, what was it, 2011, right?
Our last season together, 10. When we won the division, 7-9 was his last losing season, I believe.
But we were rock stars that season, though. Yeah,
absolutely. So. There was too much movement on that roster. We didn't need that much movement. But only 8-8 the next year, and then that following year, 12, they went to the divisional. Should have beat the Falcons. We don't have to talk about that, but should have beat the Falcons in 12, and then the next year they won the Super Bowl. And since then, they've been in the playoffs, and if they haven't, they've had a winning record every time, except for last year.
Well, and mostly on the strength of running back. Talk about next.
Yeah, and defense.
Well, go for it. Number 4, baby.
How about those running backs? I mean, you got to be impressed. And so this is, to me, we're going running backs next. And so we haven't even seen McCoy's boy, Penny, who is alma mater, San Diego State Aztec, who really, the way he turned it on last year, the only reason I'm led to believe that they drafted Walker so high, he's a great running back, but because maybe we can't come to terms with him, and that's probably why it was only a 1-year deal. However, Homer, DJ Dallas, you got to love what you're seeing out of them. The O-line's getting solid push up front, but they are making things happen and making the first man miss, and that's huge in the NFL. In college, you can do that. You can make 2 people miss, but you have to make the first man miss that's unblocked. And Homer did that with 3 guys on that long run when seemingly nothing was there. So I'm excited about the running backs, and we'll see what happens. Our best one's not even out there yet.
Right. Yeah, totally. Matt?
I mean, Rashad Penny, man, I've been pushing for this kid since I saw him play down at San Diego State. I mean, the kid was an animal. And then, once he got drafted to the Seahawks, I was like, telling everybody how awesome he is. And, he's kind of been going through his injuries, and he finally got to kind of show what he has last year. So I'm expecting a lot from him because I just know what he's capable of. There's growing pains with everybody, especially coming from a small school like San Diego State. Some people aren't prepared to play the way the game is played at that professional level, different styles of coaching and terminology, stuff like that. So not to make any excuses or whatnot, it starts in the training room and working hard and being prepared and in shape. So I'm hoping he's going to come in shape. And he's going to do what I know he can do. I mean, the kid can run. He can play special teams. Why not play kickoff return? Why not play punt return? You don't have to just play first and second down. And, I don't know if he's, are going to be our third down back. But he should. I mean, he has the talent to do it all. So hopefully we get that out of him this year. I know Seattle's been waiting a long time for it. And that's how I feel about it. So, these younger guys too playing well, that's only going to, push him, to kind of compete, because you don't want to eat the big meal. I guess he's a first round pick, so I don't know what the deal is like that. I don't know him personally. I haven't played ball with him, but I don't know if it's a little bit of eating the big meal or whatnot, but definitely want competition at all times to push the most out of you. So hopefully we see that this year. It's a 1-year deal. I don't know what the numbers look like, but he's got to have a big year if he wants to set himself up for next year. So,
well, and shout out to the O-line, which has looked really good because these guys are running behind somebody, and you saw Lewis go down, right? Which we all took a deep breath there, and my stomach goes up into my throat when that happened. And the X-rays were back, right? Everything's negative. Looks like it's just a sprain and stuff like that. So good news there. But the offensive line looking great behind a couple of rookies too, and these guys are running well. So that's what we want to see, right? That's what we know we have to do this year. So
we have to.
That is good season for sure.
We have to run that ball.
Mm-hmm. Number 5 on our list. Come to Germany with us, everybody. We are selling travel packages for the Seahawks versus Bucks game in Munich, Germany, happening in November. And Matt and Lofa are going with us. I mean, Matt, we called you, asked if you want to jump on, and you were like, hell yeah, was basically the response. I mean, it's going to be a great time, man.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I was stoked when Lofa first brought it up to me. I didn't even know, I wasn't even thinking that they were playing over in Germany this year. It didn't even cross my mind. And then they're playing the Bucks too. I used to play for the Bucks for 2 years prior to getting to Seattle. So it'll be an interesting game to watch. I'm pretty excited.
It's going to be fun.
And then we got a small contingent of Massachusetts fans because that's where I grew up. So if you want to see the old man, Tom Brady, throw the rock around, you might want to roll.
Yeah, come on over to Germany with us. We got KJ Wright, Leroy Hill, Sean Locklear, David Hawthorne, the Heater, and of course the Iceman, Matt McCoy, joining us as well. It's Lofa, and we'll all be there. We're playing a flag football game the day before the game with custom jerseys for all you guys who buy ticket packages. We got 4 nights in a 4-star Munich hotel. We can hook you guys up with airfare and help you guys get that sorted. So jump onto the website, lofaingermany.com or 12sinmunich.com. We got 2 different websites, guys.
Thank God.
Reserve book, find more details there about the Germany trip. We're only selling 51 tickets also, and people have started reserving their spots. So get your deposits in ASAP to reserve your spots because you don't want to miss this trip. It's going to be a lot of fun. On to number 6. We were talking about position battles and stuff like that. I mean, the biggest position battle on the team, obviously, is the quarterback battle. It's the biggest, position in all of pro sports. If you listen to sports talk radio and whatever people say out there, I'm sure these 2 linebackers would disagree a little bit. But anyway, you got Gino versus Drew versus Jacob now. Gino, 10 of 18 for 112. Jacob, 17 of 35 for 141 because Drew was out with the COVID, but he's back now. I mean, you guys, one more game. Does this Dallas game kind of decide it all going into week 1 in your mind? Or do you think Jimmy G's still out there somewhere?
Oh, my God. Stop it with the Jimmy G shit, man. I mean, come on.
Well, how can I
hold on. Can we rewind real quick? Has Pete not he hasn't declared the starter? Are we taking this all the way down to the end?
To the what? Dude, it might go to week 1, McCoy. Yeah.
It's got to be Gino, right? I mean, Jesus, you've been paying him for years, right? He should know the offense. At least come in like a conservative look at first, run the shit out of the football, play some defense, play some special teams, figure out what's up, give him a shot. He's been a backup there for how long has it been?
4 years.
Mm-hmm. Give him a chance. Jesus. If he's not pulling his weight, then plug in Drew Lock. And if that doesn't work, find somebody. Shit, bring Mo T off the bench.
You can still sling that thing.
That's what we've been saying on this show. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I echo those sentiments exactly. Look, dude, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. We better get this ground game fucking going.
Absolutely.
And so that's going to make everything easier. It's going to keep the defense fresh because we were on the field. Even though we have one of the greatest quarterbacks in all of sports, last 2 years, we were on the field a lot as a defense, and it wasn't just because our inadequacies. We were just not getting off the field. It was, they punted. It's only been 50 seconds off the clock. That's really, point number 1. But I was pretty impressed with Eason, I mean, I know probably expectations were low.
What's his story?
Fourth quarter, we're down 20. He's just a savage from Lake Stevens, number 1 recruit in the nation.
That's right.
He's a local
that
kid?
sort of thing.
Yeah, local.
Yeah,
I do. I like that.
And then he went to he was the number 1 recruit in the nation, went to Georgia, had them 3-1 or 4-0 to start, got hurt, in comes Jacob Fromm, and that guy didn't lose a game the rest of the way or something like that.
Yeah, but Easton had a solid season at Washington. Solid season at Washington his junior year, decided to come out, go into the draft, forego his senior season. I mean, he's a big kid, but he's playing in the second half mostly though, right? Preseason games. So he's playing against different, defenders than Gino was or whatever. But I mean, but I want to go back for a second to not naming a starter and, Pete's decision and all that kind of stuff. Are you guys surprised that he hasn't named a starter yet?
I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay. It sounded like you were.
He's going to mind fuck you all the way till the very end. You'll think you'll make the roster on Sunday and you'll be celebrating, and then you'll get the call your bye-byes. You really know who's going to make the roster until Wednesday of that first week. I don't know. I mean,
well, do you think
I'm more of a core guy?
Would not be surprised.
Yeah, nothing surprises me with Pete. So you're always kind of looking around your shoulder all the way until the very first kickoff or kickoff return, whatever.
Do you guys think the Seahawks Week 1 starter is on this team right now?
Are we talking about for quarterback?
I mean, you think Jimmy G? I mean, come on. Why do you tell me to stop talking about that? That story's out there.
What's the salary cap right now? What's that look like?
If they hang on to it past the, what is it? Past the 30th, right? What's the thing? Link, what is that thing? If they hang on to the 30th,
that's a desperate move. That's a desperate move. I don't think Pete's that desperate. Yeah.
I'm not paying $20 million to a guy that we don't know if he can even pick up the offense in a week. Go out there and play. And then,
come on, he's Jimmy G, baby. Come on now, Jimmy G. His brain is as good as his looks.
Nah.
Yeah, I've never met him before, but yeah, his looks ain't selling me.
Come on, he's got a Subway commercial, man. He's on a
looks like a lemon.
He's got to be good. He has a Subway commercial. All right, well, whatever.
I don't know.
All right, number 7, Lofa, that's you. Take it away.
The defense. Is it broken? That was my best Brett Davern. So if anybody wants to chime in on that.
It looks broken. I tuned in the first couple, the first game. And yeah, they were just pushing their shit in. It was like tackles down the field, 8-yard gains on runs. I haven't seen the end zone view, so I don't really know exactly what broke down, but it wasn't looking pretty. So we'll see. Right?
Yeah. No, it's ugly. I mean, Lofa, come on. Yeah. Missed tackles everywhere, penalties everywhere, just deep balls, giving up deep balls again. I mean, come on, you guys. I can't do another 8 episodes from the beginning of the season about deep balls again. I said deep balls so many times. I got sick of saying deep balls.
Yeah, it was like a little bit of everything. It was like just run the ball down their throat, deep balls. It was not pretty, that's for sure. So, like I said, it's preseason, so I don't want to be too harsh on them right now. We'll see.
The only silver lining I had was that from the last 2 weeks, when we do blitz, when we send an extra guy, whether it's a man or a zone pressure, they're getting home and they're teeing off on the quarterback. Cody Barton, second play of the game, came right through, beat the running back, and affected the throw. I think it was incomplete to the right sideline. And so, that's something that is to be said for in this new scheme and this 3-4, which they've made so much noise about, is that it's hard for offensive linemen, even quarterbacks, to identify the mic and then set the protection accordingly. So I'm excited about, that. Maybe we need to start run blitzing because just like Matt said, they were running the ball at will.
Mm-hmm. Well, how much actual game planning happens for these preseason games anyway?
Well, isn't a little bit
zero with his hands. It's radio,
this year because we have the 7-game season. So you're getting a lot of the younger guys, right? More reps early on. So we really haven't seen the true identity, right? I mean, Jamal Adams hasn't played. We haven't really showed off our real defense. So it's kind of just smoke and mirrors right now. Maybe it's a little crazy. Pete's always up to his little games. So maybe Pete just wants everybody to think that we're going to be trash. And, doubt us, and then that's going to use that as motivation. So then we come out and kick people's ass when we get to the season.
I promise you, they game plan, even if it's not the starters plan this week, they take them through because we're counting on some younger guys to play. They're going to take them through the process of a normal game week. And this is where they're going to be like, all right, these are their tendencies. And they're going to see who actually makes more plays and shows up a little more with that bit of information. So this will probably be the best look that we'll see, regardless of who's out there, of guys knowing, hey, first and second down, these are their tendencies, 70% run versus 30% pass. And that's where you get into the, the real game prep.
Well, my thing is, this second preseason game, brand new defensive coordinator. What are you seeing? Is it kind of shaking out what you thought it would be schematically, scheme-wise, whatever question is that I'm trying to ask? You know what I mean? Like when you look at it, you've seen it now for 2 games. What's kind of changed, or is it kind of the same as what we're used to?
No, it's much more traditional 3-4, as opposed to the stick where, it was almost look like a 6'2", or just a ton of guys at the line. You have the Nwosu, Boyamafe, the athletic type out there, Taylor, who probably my favorite player to watch right now. So
yeah, he looks really good, that Taylor kid, in that 52 as well. He's looking good. Yeah, I like that guy.
Representing that 52 well.
Holding it down for
Iceman.
Yeah.
But you see a lot of two gap, and there was like a play that Cody Barton, the very first run, he didn't shoot the gap. Normally, he's a downhill player, a guy I like watching. So he knew that, okay, if I go too quick, I don't make the tackle, he has a cutback lane. And so that's been really, we are very much two gap. Before it was like Bobby and Brooks could take, whatever gap they really declared. Right now, you have to be patient. And so I don't know if it's going to be interesting, because we haven't seen Brooks out there yet. And he's a very downhill player. So I don't know how that's going to work into this true two gap fold.
Yeah. Well, I guess what I'm asking is, like, we obviously aren't really liking what we see as the end product right now on the field. I mean, like I say, we're getting pushed around, things like that. But from a scheme, do you kind of like what you're seeing from? I mean, we got a brand new defensive coordinator. Like, do you think it's allowing some time to, getting used to the system, things like that? Like, you like what you're seeing schematically, at least?
Yeah, I do, especially with the blitzes coming free. Good. To get a guy running free to the quarterback, that's hard to do. And that means you're creating confusion for the offense.
All right. So you think the defense will be better or worse than last year? And if you had to pick one of those, would you bet on it?
Well, I know where you're going with this, so I'll let you take it. But I don't think you could be worse than last year. I think we were like 30th. So
maybe you could go to betonline.ag and bet that they'll be better.
You're not wrong.
This is an
You're not wrong for taking that bet.
You can bet on a lot of things at betonline.ag, our wonderful sponsor. You can bet on who the quarterback will be week 1. That's a prop bet. Jump on over there. Jimmy G's on the list, everybody. Says Jimmy Betts, who we get our weekly email from BetOnline.
Hold on, I thought Jimmy – my bad. Did I interrupt something there?
No, you're good, man. This show.
Is Jimmy – I thought Jimmy G was going to Cleveland. I thought that was like already a done deal.
No, I think they're riding with Brissett.
Really? I mean, he's solid. He's conservative. He's gonna take care of the football. Ooh. And that's what I look for with Geno.
That's what we want.
I think he's gonna protect the ball. And if we can run the football, then we're gonna have a better run defense. If we can't take care of the football and we can't run the ball, then it's gonna be a shit show on defense, and everybody's gonna lose. And everybody's gonna be pointing fingers, and it's gonna be a real fucking nightmare. So that's what I see.
Know.
Yeah, right. So we'll see.
Hold on, let me finish my read here.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I was excited about that take. I was excited about that take.
I like that take, though. That's a good rant. Listen, go to betonline.ag, everybody, and use our promo code
BELIEVE50
for a 50% welcome bonus. You can bet on all kinds of things at betonline.ag, your number one source for all of your online wagering needs. Number 9, Lofa, special teams.
Not so special teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we got one of the fucking pioneers of special teams, one of the best to ever do it, right here in my boy Matty Ice. And so I'm curious to see his take. But another weekend, we have 2, not just 1, but 2 big returns. Mm-hmm. We fumble for a touchdown, which it wasn't a touchdown, but they gave it to him anyways. The punt return. And then we missed a field goal. And look, like, I've been saying it, like, we had a lot of missed field goals last year. At what point, I don't even know if they have another guy in there for competition. I haven't seen anybody else. So it's like, and this is what Pete preaches is competition. So I'm curious to see is what they do there too with the kicking situation.
Well, and going into this Dallas game, I think the kid who returns for them kicks and punts, I think he had 2 in the last preseason game that they played. So it's going to be a good test for our special teams coming up in this next game. Matt, talk to us about special teams or not so special teams.
It's definitely not so special right now. Like you said, I mean, it was a muff punt, 2 big returns. I mean, even the game before that was just, they got to turn that around because that's the core, right? You're going to start your field position. People don't really pay attention to special teams like they should, but it's a big part of the game. You're going to set your offense and defense up for positions to win, and that's either through covering kicks or having good return teams. Mm-hmm. we're going to see how that all plays out. Like I said earlier, Pete's going to find his guys, and those guys can come in weekly. And so being a special teams guy, you got to be on top of it. If you don't get the job done, like, you're replaceable. So, dropping punts, taking care of the football is the number one thing, and not giving up big returns. I mean, that's just with defense and offense in general. If you can't execute, then you're going to find someone else in there that can. So,
well, see, this is where I get concerned because, with offense, defense, those, the missed tackles, the, penalties for the most part, or the drop passes, those are not the guys we're going to see out there. But with special teams, these are the guys that we are going to see out there. Now, they have tough duties right now playing offense and defense and special teams.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, hey, man, like, this is going to be your focus when the football season kicks off and what we're relying on you to do. And when Matt knows, in 2010, we only won 7 games. Special teams won fucking 4 of those games. I mean, they won the Charger games by themselves, damn near. Two returns to the house.
Should have had 3, but
yeah,
Leon, he slipped and tripped over his own self and missed. Yeah, it was him one-on-one with the kicker.
Well, and then the kicker haunted him again in Carolina when you guys blocked it beautifully. We just took the lead. They punt to us on a 3-and-out. He returns it 50 yards down to the 2, and he puts the hand in the air and gets his heel clicked and falls down at the 1. So he really should have went to the Pro Bowl over Hester that year if he doesn't slip and doesn't party too soon.
Yeah, he ate the big meal too soon. He was already celebrating. But yeah, that was a tough one because we ended up going to Chicago, and we were battling it out with those guys. I know we wanted to basically come ready to represent for Leon. And that we're the better unit than Chicago. We beat them up pretty good the first game, 2010, and then we went there. And it was a tough game in general because we lost both our tight ends right out the gate. I think in the first couple series or whatnot. Yeah. So we were kind of piecing that together from an offensive standpoint. And if you're you're not executing and keeping the defense off the field, that creates. It creates pressure for the defensive guys. You want to limit the amount of plays that they're going to play, right? So that's where the run game comes in. Very important to be able to keep, the defense off the field.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. It's the core of the team. It comes down to special teams, right? Those are your backups. If someone gets hurt, you're going to be looking for those guys to plug and play and be able to execute when their time is called.
Well, speaking of those guys to plug and play, and a lot of these guys might even fly under the radar. Lofa, you got a guy you're looking at a little under the radar, huh?
I mean, every year there's which way are we going, defense or offense right now? Because I got 2 guys.
Okay, go for it. However you want, dealer's choice.
Okay, well, defensively, a kid that he came out of the game pretty quickly after he entered it because he got an injury. And I've been scouring the bowels of the internet looking for it, but I haven't found any information. But he sat out of practice. And Scotty Nelson, undrafted guy, safety out of Wisconsin. And, he flashed twice in that game. One, a crucial 3rd and 8, and he, sifted through traffic, went through the trash, and he got the guy, and he wrapped him up, which is something that I haven't seen from anybody lately. Right. Everybody thinks he's just going to overpower guys. It's different when you get to the NFL. But wrapped him up, and now it's 4th and 2, we get the punt. And then later on a kickoff or a punt, he was going downfield to cover a punt, and, there's nobody. I don't know if they had a left return on, but everybody was trapped, and he came through, swiped at the guy's legs, and he didn't get him down, but he stumbled him just enough for the next guy to hit him and cap off. So it's just when you see a ball player, that's what me and Matt love. Matt had great numbers, I did not, but Matt's a football player, and that's what we really have in common is that we know instinctually what to do in certain situations out there on the field. And so, yeah, Scotty looked like a little savage out there.
He reminds you of that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. And what about offense?
Hey, I'm telling you, and I'm saying I'm fucking standing on the table. I don't know if I can get up and stand on this table.
Wow. All right.
Looks like IKEA. It might break. This dude, Kevin Cassis, out of Montana State, undrafted. And, this is what the trouble he's going to run into is we drafted 2 guys late in Derek Young and Bo Melton. And
Right.
Melton looks like he could be the real deal.
Mhm.
Young, I haven't seen enough out of. But Kevin Cash comes in. He got like 5 targets. He got 4 receptions, 40 yards. And I don't know if we have the clip, but there's a 2nd and 15.
Yeah, we got to play there. Yeah.
Okay. So
I think we
don't know
got it in, right? Did we send it over? We'll see.
Yeah. If it comes up, I'll talk more about it. But he was pretty much, he catches the ball. Okay, I see something.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, we're in the red zone.
Yeah. This is crucial, right? He catches the ball. And 2nd and 15, right here. It's like a 3-yard, 4-yard gain, right? There's 2 guys right there in the play. You see it? And then he puts
I tried to do it, but it flipped out of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just trust you. You know what you're talking about, but we'll see. Right?
Yeah.
We'll see.
This is what me and Matt do when we talk about football, man. Yeah. So it just puts his shoulder down and gets 14 yards. Now it's a 3rd and 1, manageable, right? Mm-hmm. And then we get the first down and then we score. And I mean, those are little plays that people take for granted. Most guys would have just accepted defeat and been like, you know what? I did my fucking job. I caught the ball. Like, where was the blocking? No, this dude did it on his own. And like, yeah. I'm just saying, years from now, if we do cut this guy, don't be surprised years from now. The guy's got a 10-year career. Reminds you of a guy named Edelman. I'm just saying, it's high praise.
Wow.
How about Michael Bennett, though? Michael Bennett. We swooped him out of Tampa, and he was here in Seattle. They thought they were going to get him on practice squad, and we picked him up.
Bro, I called
like,
you.
Who is this guy? Undrafted free agent, goes right into our starting lineup as a defensive end. I was like, thanks, guys. And then they pay him like millions of dollars to get back.
You remember that, Matt?
I was there, yeah.
So Matt's down, yeah. Matt's like, yo, who is this? Tampa. He said, who is this character we just picked up from Seattle? And like, I was like, yo, you're gonna love him. It turned out to be Michael Bennett, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Who they were like, oh, we could sneak him on a practice squad. This guy played and kicked the shit out of one of the best offensive lines I've ever seen in preseason. And this was the 3rd game where the starters were playing and we didn't have anybody. And he's like, I'll play D tackle. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to get my ass kicked with you today, buddy. And he went out there and he handled business. He had 2.5, 3 tackles for a loss, a sack against the starters of a very formidable offensive line. Yeah, and so then we cut him thinking we can hide him on practice squad. And years later, guess who it was? It was Michael Bennett. I was like, don't cut this guy. Don't cut this guy. They cut him.
So these guys remind you of that a little bit.
I don't feel
it was our game. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I love Michael Bennett. And I don't know if Cassius is on that level, but I promise you he can play in this league. Yeah. And that's all I'm saying. I promise you he can play in this league.
Hey, speaking of playing, we got a game coming up. Missing Link, grab the microphone over there. Our buddy Ryan, the Missing Link, will fill us in. We want to do a billboard scavenger hunt or something. What do you got going on over there?
Yeah, so we're going to try something new.
Okay.
We've got some billboards. They're up right now.
Yeah.
They're scattered all over the Northwest.
Right. How many do we have? Like 12?
It's probably 12 right now. We got some more coming online right before the first home game.
Oh, my gosh.
So they're Fife, Tacoma, Everett, Mill Creek, Linwood area. And then they're a little bit in Portland. We got some in Idaho.
Okay, all right.
Vancouver, both Vancouvers.
So if people see our billboard, you want them to what? Take a selfie of themselves in front of it or something like that? Or just take a picture of the...
Take a picture of the billboard. If you can get a selfie, bonus points.
Yeah. Well, put yourself in it. Maybe hold up like today's newspaper or something too.
Yeah,
you know?
You go.
Like, come on, we got to prove that you're actually standing there somehow.
So then do that, and then tag us and mention us on all of social media at Take 12 Pod.
Okay.
Instagram, Twitter, and then we'll enter you into what are we going to give away? Something from our merch store.
We'll give them prizes. We'll give away T-shirts or stickers. We have Starbucks gift cards.
Some gift cards.
I bought a bunch of Starbucks gift cards one time. I got laying around. We can pass those out.
So yeah, throw it in there.
Everybody loves those.
Yeah, we'll start giving stuff away, and then we'll enter everybody in for like a big prize.
Okay.
But yeah, you'll start seeing those kind of around the Northwest here pretty soon.
All right. I like it. So you guys go to our social media at Take 12 Pod on either Instagram, Twitter. I think we're even going to start up a TikTok at some point this season, but it's not up yet. But at some point.
We're going to get Lofa dancing.
Go to our Twitter, Instagram, and check out the Billboard scavenger hunt for just more prizes from your favorite Seahawks podcast. We give away so much stuff around here. Give away tickets.
Like our 4th contest.
Gift cards to Simply Seattle. We're giving away our own T-shirts now. Maybe we give away some Lofa logo tees.
It's a good idea.
Oh, all right, cool.
We got another one coming out too.
The last thing here on my list. Well, actually, you know what? Before we get to the last thing, which is another contest and another prize, Matt and Lofa, I do this to kind of everyone who comes on, Matt. But can you give us a Lofa story, or just something? I mean, the more embarrassing, the better. Whatever you got, give us a story about our man Lofa.
It's a family show, Matthew.
Okay. I have plenty.
It could be a good story. Just saying.
Here's a cool story. So
No leading the witness.
this is probably 20 years ago. I don't know. We both were juniors, and I'm up there. His mom lives down in San Diego. I went to San Diego State. He would come down and visit with my buddy Frosty all the time, and we would hang out. Long story short is I went to visit them up there in LA, and there's this like really kind of dive bar. It's a real shithole called the Nino.
Classy
and so we're sitting there drinking beers or whatnot. I don't know, just having a good time. And he told me that he was going to declare for the draft, and I told him I was going to declare for the draft, and we get like hyping ourselves up.
Yeah.
And we went our separate ways, and then we both declared for the draft. So I'm sitting at my house and the draft's going on, and I'm playing like Halo or whatnot. I don't know what Love's doing. But like the 45th pick comes on and Love gets picked, and I'm like, this bastard, he got picked before me. So I'm sitting there, and then I think I was like 63rd pick, so I had to wait a couple more hours.
61.
I think I was 63rd or something. I went to the Eagles, so they like went to the Super Bowl. So however, 62, 63, I don't know. Something like that. But that was a pretty good story because, we're sitting there drinking beers, and that was our goal from the get-go is he came from a smaller school, transferred in.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go to USC because I'm an Orange County kid, and all my buddies ended up going to USC. I was, labeled as the smaller linebacker back then, but ended up going to San Diego State, played on an awesome team down there, great linebacker core, but got where I needed to go. So we both accomplished our goals, and that was pretty cool. Yeah. And then to watch Lofa go on to that next year, I thought going to the Eagles were going to be really good, and come out the gate and kind of at least go to the NFC Championship game, maybe win a Super Bowl. We ended up being trash at 5-11 that year. And then watching Lofa kind of just kick everybody's ass. I mean, I got another story too that's pretty good when they actually kicked our ass. So I'm in Philadelphia, and they come out to play us, and they completely kicked our ass in front of our home crowd. I think, 42-0 Loaf or something? It was really embarrassing.
Was that the interception game? The punch?
Yeah, Lofa got the interception. He did the Kenny Norton in the end zone, stunned it on everybody. Our fans totally huddled behind our we're all basically hanging out on the sidelines. They start throwing snowballs at us and booing us, and it was really embarrassing actually. And so after the game, I come up to Loaf, and he's all celebrating after kicking our ass and stuff. He looked amazing getting interception. Then Kenny Norton the goalpost, and I don't want to look like that guy. It's kind of talking ish on our own team, but I go up to him, I'm like, dude, that was fucking so cool. How he did, I snuck it in there, that was the coolest shit I've ever seen. And then we kind of went our separate ways. But then watching them go on and win in the playoffs and do get as far as they did, and then got screwed over in the Super Bowl, which sucked. But just watching him evolve and accomplishing his dreams was really cool to watch. So a lot of respect to Loaf and all the hard work he's done, and doing the things he did in his career. But it was really inspiring. Just to execute.
And I got a Matthew Ice story. So just broke college kids, man. Can't do shit, nothing, right? And we always talk since we were 19. Like, hey, we're gonna fucking make it. We were pushing each other. And I remember when we did declare, there were all these fucking articles, all these sports writers, all the media. Yeah, these two undersized linebackers, they ain't going to make it. Coaches that coached us, talking to the media, saying they're not going to make it. And then as soon as, we made the decision, hey, let's go pro, Matt texts me, he goes, fuck it, let's do this, kid. I go, yeah, I'm in. And, look at us now.
Yeah.
It's my brother for life.
Yeah, I didn't go to the combine. It was really stressful at one point. I was like, oh, shit, I made the wrong decision.
But check this out. You didn't go to the combine. You went on like 15 visits. You had to cancel visits after?
Yeah, it was horrible. I had 16 visits. I can only do 12 just because of time. Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of a blessing in disguise that I didn't go to the combine because they probably could have exposed me in some of my weaknesses because it's just kind of what they do.
All they do is pick you apart.
Yeah, but then I went on all these trips, got to have like the one-on-ones with the GMs and the head coaches and coaches or whatnot. But I was just eating the big meal. I gained like 15, 20 pounds, so it was kind of like it was bad. So when the Eagles did pick me, we go right into minicamp and they made me run first string and second string, and they got it out of me. And I ended up having to lose weight and deal with all that stuff. I've always been an undersized guy, so I think I was weighing in at like 245 pounds when I should be playing at like 228. So they weren't happy when I first got there. So there's pros and cons to it.
Yeah, but then on the other side, real quick, I went to the combine. I didn't get any fucking visits. And so like where Matt didn't get this combine, about that. Yeah, we were texting back. So when I was at the combine, we're texting back and forth. He's like, "What's it like?" I go, "It's it's terrible, bro. You're lucky you didn't go." And then so fucking when I'm texting him, I was like, "Yo, nobody's hitting my phone." I go, "I'm not getting drafted." Like I was exposed at the combine, and he was like, "Dude, this sucks. Like, don't worry about it." But then it worked out. We both ended up in the second round when everybody was saying, "You guys can't play in the league." And I played 6. Matt played 9 or 10, right? And so
I got 8. But yeah, it was that damn knee of mine. The classic knee injury, but. It is what it is, man. I'm glad I played 17 years without a serious injury, and I'm very thankful that I got the opportunity to do what I set out to do when I started playing football, really in 8th grade. Deshaun Foster was one of my biggest influences, watching him dominate people and take people's souls. It really inspired me to, our motto in high school is bigger, stronger, faster. All 3 of my linebackers went first day of the draft in high school. We had they ended up being linemen. We're all linebackers at the time, and I was like the small linebacker. I'm like, ended up being like a starting defensive end, a starting offensive guard. And so, yeah, it's
Chris Chester,
it's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we had Sam Baker. I think in 2008, out of my high school, public school, we had the most active NFL players from a little small school. I think maybe a few hundred seniors. But our goal was bigger, stronger, faster, and a lot of that credit goes to Deshaun Foster. I mean, he really set the tempo. I think he just got nominated to be in the California CIF Hall of Fame. So, I mean, it was really inspiring watching him run and basically outwork people. And so that kind of gave me the motivation to follow that same route he did. Work hard and things will pay off.
Hell yeah, man. Well, dude, hey, listen, great career. And thank you so much for being on the episode this time and taking some time with us. And it's going to be fun going to Germany and all that good stuff. So thanks a lot, man.
Absolutely. I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Lofa, before we get out of here, it's contest time for Epic Seats. You guys know we give away tickets every single episode of this podcast throughout the season. If you are listening to one of our episodes, we will be giving away tickets from epicseats.com. Our guy James at Epic Seats. We got Jimmy Betts for betonline.ag, and we got Jimmy Seats for your ticket needs. epicseats.com. Lofa, last time you gave us a movie quote. You want to do a movie quote again, or how do you want to do it this time?
We're only going because you're an actor, and so is producer Katie. We're only going movie quote. So, Matt, I'm going to give a movie quote. I know you're going to know this one. Don't say anything. You can laugh if you want, because I know you love this one. So we're gonna go football. That's the genre or the movie.
All right. He loves hints. Last week you damn near just gave away the whole thing.
I did give it away. It's preseason. It should be gimmies, should be easy ones. So just gonna say football. At a pep rally.
I already know. I already know. But yes, go, please. It's one of my favorites, but yes.
Tonight. We played Bangville. Tonight, we beat Bangville. Go Pack!
All right. If you know what movie that is from, please send it in. You can either email it to seahawkspod@gmail.com or you can hit us up on any social media. I don't know what.
They gotta get both names though.
Whatever they want.
Both names.
Yeah.
They know the actual actor.
All right, the movie title, the actor, whatever you guys want to do, respond with the answer, and we will send you or put you into the drawing to win some tickets from Epic Seats. Because if more than one of you answer correctly, we're just going to put all the correct answers into a pot. We'll pull it out. We'll announce it on social media. Go to epicseats.com for all your seat needs. Like I said, mention Take 12. Whether you're buying or selling on epicseats.com, and you will either get $12 bonus for every ticket that you're selling, or you will get $12 off if you're purchasing over $100 on epicseats.com when you mention the Take 12 podcast. We thank them for their support, so go check them out over there, everybody. You guys, we have got to get out of here. That is it for the show. But that just
show ever.
Come back at
it was
some
fun.
point.
My first podcast. Thanks, guys.
I
know. You crushed it. You fucking crushed it, kid.
I try.
Hey, arms up. Look at that. I'm sweating.
We're going to break it down.
Is already coming out. Yeah.
Hey,
we're going Iceman on 3.
Well, hold on.
Oh, Jesus.
Let me remind everybody of everything. Let me do my job around here, okay? You guys, the Seahawks take on the Cowboys in their final preseason tune-up. We'll be back next week to talk all about the game and check out the 53-man roster and everything going into the regular season. So keep it locked on the Take 12 podcast, the best Seattle Seahawks podcast on the internet. There, I'm done. Now do your
arms up. Iceman on 3. 1, 2, 3. Iceman.
Iceman. Thanks, guys. Hey, is that AKG speakerphone? Is that part of your little mix? Because I need to get me one of those.
I'll get you. I know a guy. Actually, no, I don't know a guy. He made me buy my own. I can get you one though. I'm pretty sure I got the Amazon.
Yeah.
You want one of these?
Big props to that. Big props. It's pretty cool. All right, y'all. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go golf.
Hold on. All right, we're done.